Don't forget that part.
Cheers, you old folk. No, I'm sorry. That was so amazing.
Put these somewhere.
I'm John. Just let me say a few quick words about my parents. Don't have like much prepared, so I'm just gonna speak from the gut a little bit. So honestly, I couldn't consider myself more fortunate to have the parents that I have, and I'm, to be honest, very lucky. I mean, if you talk to my mom for 2 seconds, you'll know that she's my biggest cheerleader. You know, she is an insanely competitive person, in case you didn't know. I remember in high school, you know, there's this magazine, Inside Lacrosse, and every year they do a recruiting issue where they like rank the senior recruits and stuff. And I remember coming home one day from working out, and I go to throw something out in the trash can, I pull it out, and I see the magazine in there crumpled up into a little ball, cover ripped. I pull it out. I go to my dad in the living room. I'm like, Dad, like, who and why did someone violently throw out this magazine? And he's like, I don't know, it was your mother. They didn't mention your name at one point. So I read through it, and like, not to be cocky, but like my name was like all over the magazine, like, it was everywhere. And finally, I get to like one section where they didn't list my name, and you know, that's my mother. She's just very competitive. I'm surprised that writer at Inside Lacrosse still has a pulse right now.
Probably
That's
does.
who she is. And you know, then when I went on to college, my senior year, my mom became the team mom. She was the one that was in charge of leading all the tailgates and everything, and she just did an unbelievable knockout job. She totally crushed it. It meant a lot to me, meant a lot to everyone else on the team, and she did such a good job that, you know, even now that I'm like 7 or 8 years out of college and I go back, I get introduced to some of the parents on the team, and when I introduce myself, you know, the ego inside of me, I'm expecting to be like, oh yeah, I remember you, like you played here, and like you did a great job.
National championship.
Yeah, national championship, all that stuff. And more times than not, they're like, oh, John Haldy. Oh, you must be Carol Haldy's son. The lady with the pom-poms and the crazy decorated car. Like, I know her. And so that's my mom, and she's just always been my biggest cheerleader, and I've always really appreciated that. And then my dad, you know, him and I have always had, you know, a great connection with sports. You know, he coached me growing up and everything. And there's one story in particular that I always think of that always had a huge, profound impact on me. It was an all-star Little League baseball tournament, and our team was playing in the championship, and I was the starting pitcher. And I got through the first 3 innings totally fine, was doing really well. Then the 4th inning, I got into a little bit of trouble. I got 2 outs, but they were hitting me a little bit, and the bases were loaded. And in walks Kevin Healy to come be the batter. And I always had trouble pitching against Kevin. He was a really good Little League baseball player. And so my dad saw that I was getting really frustrated, and he calls timeout. He comes up to the mound, and the first thing I say to him is, Dad, can you take me out? And for those of you that don't know, like my dad's very calm, nice, mild-mannered guy, but when he gets mad, he gets mad. And my siblings and I, we always joke that like when he gets mad, his lip just gets like super tense. And I see him like tensing up his lip, and you know, he bends down, he gets eye level with me, and he's like, "What did you just say to me?" And I'm like, "Dad, I don't have it. You gotta take me out." And he says, "No, I'm not gonna take you out. You're gonna stay on this mound. And not only are you going to get this kid out, but you're going to strike him out." And he just stormed off, walked away. So there I am by myself up on the mound. I propose myself, and first pitch strike. And I hear him yelling from the dugout. He's like, "You got this, 2 more in you. This kid does not stand a chance." He's literally talking trash to a 12-year-old kid. Second pitch, strike. He's like, "This kid is as good as out. You got 1 more." Third pitch, struck him out in 3 straight pitches. And when I walk off, my dad greets me with a huge hug and tells me how proud he is of me. And like that, I mean, I understand it was just a Little League baseball game, but that moment to me had a profound impact in terms of how I thought about myself, not only in sports, but outside of sports as well. And, you know, I'm so thankful that he kept me on that mound, because if he hadn't, I don't know how things would have turned out for me. So I know I played like with a ton of kids growing up, totally different kids, and I've known kids that quit things because of their parents. I knew kids that were afraid to try things because of their parents. For me, you know, I always did things for my parents. I was always motivated by my parents. And again, I'm just extremely thankful to both of them. And thank you for everything you've done for me. So cheers to both of you guys.